Namaste. Welcome to Wise Out Career Guide. Today we have Miss Prachi Batra with us, who's been in the field of marketing for more than 15 years now. She started her career from B2C marketing, which is business to consumer, and then transitioned into B2B marketing, that too with an IT firm. Now, marketing as a whole stays the same across the industries, but it changes a lot when it comes to the IT industry. So let's hear from her what has her journey been like. Welcome, Prachi.
Thank you, Neha, for having me here. Thank you so much.
So, Prachi, what has been your educational background?
Okay, I have done my PGDBA equivalent to MBA from Jaipur Institute of Management. And not to undermine the certifications that I had thereafter. So it's good to upgrade yourself when you're in your career path. And I have had two certifications, one from MICA and the other one from IIMK. So these are the two certifications which helped me progress well in my career path.
Okay. So, your first job was a campus placement or was it outside campus?
It was a campus placement to CNBC TV 18 in Mumbai, and my job there wasn't that of marketing. It was a finance-based job. I was an analyst there. So my marketing career started, after my first two jobs. The third job was a marketing career.
Okay, now this sounds interesting. After a MBA, a TV18 employing a finance person with an MBA background. How did that happen? And what was the role like?
Okay. So my majors were into finance and marketing. And uh, well, I was good in both of them, but then marketing was my forte. But I got a job and with such a great brand name with CNBC TV 18 that I did pursue, and I joined CNBC, and I was there as an analyst. But then something lagged, something was clicking that this is not correct. Though everything, the life was flamboyant and nice, and the first job kind of a thing, it was all there. But then something wasn't clicking, and I started experimenting with my life. I got another job. I thought maybe this will make the change, but then till I entered marketing, that was nearly 1.5 years from the start of my career. I had
Okay.
switched two jobs already, and
Okay.
because I wasn't satisfied. And I would suggest whoever is watching this, please be fearless in changing jobs till you get the one that you really like and deserve. Because until unless you don't like your work, life will not be satisfying. So go ahead,
Okay.
experiment with your life at the early stages, not at the later one. Maybe at the later one also it works for some people, but then for me it worked in the early
Okay.
stages to experiment.
So, what was the first marketing job like?
Okay. So my first marketing job was with Sahara India, wherein I learned everything from there. Ground level. I started off, I got to know what the departments would look like within marketing. So market research, design, content, etc., etc. So I had a full spread in front of me, and I had to actually choose where do I find my interest areas in. So there would be project
Okay.
management, there would be PR. So truly speaking, and a person who enjoys doing all of these would probably fit into a project management kind of a role, getting everything in place. So I
Right.
found my best fit there, and I learned a lot. I did market research, on ground research, then coming back to writing content, design as well. I tried my hand in design as well. And then
Okay.
now here it is, a full-fledged project management uh, role into within marketing itself for sure.
Okay. So, how did the transition from business to consumer marketing move to business marketing, and how is it different?
Yeah. So B2C and B2B marketing are entirely different, though marketing is all a mind game wherein you try to understand your customers' psyche and then market your product accordingly. And before I start off with this, I think it's necessary for whoever is watching this to know that marketing has evolved. When I started my career 15 years back to today, when I did my MBA, there were no courses, there was nothing like digital marketing, and today there is nothing, no marketing other than digital marketing, I must say. So
Right.
yes, there are, but then just so what I'm saying is that from B2B and B2C as well, the transition is huge. You understand your customers and do mass marketing for B2C customers. But in B2B marketing, your customers are very specific. So you have to market. We have a channel called ABM, which is called account based marketing. So from
Okay.
customer to customer, we market our products in the way that they would need. We customize everything. It's not generic, it's not mass marketing, it is niche marketing. So you have to
Okay.
actually understand each customer. You have to understand their needs. You have to maybe create products which are curated only for them. So it's
Right.
very very specific and niche till B2B is concerned, and B2C is more about understanding the market psyche, understanding what's happening in the market, what's going well, how the customers behave, etc. So, two entirely
So,
different ballgames.
okay, just for the understanding of our viewers, how or where does the role of the marketing stop and the role of the sales starts in the B2B segment?
Okay, so we call it the MQLs and the SQLs. So, marketing qualified leads and sales qualified leads. So,
Okay.
we the sales now these two things are integrated, and marketing is supposed to be a function that enables sales. But in the thought processes, probably there is one more thought process. So, marketing thought process would mean brand building and lead generation. Sales process would mean lead generation and closing the sales. So,
Right.
it's a transition. We also think about brand building, but then the salesperson might think that, why would we waste so much of money in creating that brand? Let's just focus on lead generation and then closing the sale. So that's the difference and a very fine line between marketing and sales, very fine line. So which I think most of the departments struggle in their approach, but then that's what it is. We think about it from a longer perspective. Our work does not stop when we close a deal.
Okay. So, Prachi, how is IT B2B marketing, different? What are the aspects there when it comes to marketing?
Okay, so B2B marketing has various aspects. It has a business led, as I said, the lead generation aspect of it. It has content, it has design, it has research, it also has alliances, it has analyst relations. So there are various fortes which B2B IT specific marketing team has. What specific
Okay.
would you like to know?
The analyst relations is something of a new term that I'm hearing. So, if you could help us on that.
Absolutely. So there are analyst firms like that of, I'm not sure whether we can name them or not, but then there are analyst firms who analyze the market and produce their reports. So
Okay.
it's essential for both the analyst firms to know what's happening inside the company. And for from the company perspective, also, it's important to know what's happening in the market.
Right.
So, uh, putting this thing together, a term is formed which is called analyst relations, wherein both the analyst firms as well as the provider organization, they interact for mutual benefit, which would mean that
Okay.
they would get more information about a specific company, and also the company will benefit by interacting with the industry analyst and getting insights onto what is happening within that industry. So that's about
Okay.
analyst
So,
relations. Yeah.
what are the opportunities for freshers in this segment?
For marketing or for analyst relations?
For analyst relations.
Okay. So it's a very, very niche work. And until unless you actually understand how the company is strategizing its business, it's difficult to get directly into the AR aspect. So it's
Okay.
important for a starter to probably work from the ground, which is marketing, understanding strategies, understanding how the company works, and what exactly are the challenges. And when one matures at a strategic level, it's only then that I recommend to venture in for analyst relations, wherein it's a process. It's a networking as well as a strategy building process. So
Okay.
once you have the experience into marketing for say 5 7 years, and then you understand the industry well and you understand your firm well, the two handshakes happen there.
Okay. So IT firms, do they hire people for marketing freshers, or do they prefer, experienced candidates only?
IT firms hire freshers as well. There's a huge need of designers and content writers. These days in IT firms, content is the next big thing. So, technical as well as non technical writers are in demand for marketing. And that's a area where freshers can get into, designers can get into. There's a huge demand for
Okay.
designers, freelancers, as well as agencies, or probably we work with agencies also. We have in-house design team as well. So those are the areas through which, and once you get into the marketing team through content or design or market research, uh, that's when you can mature yourself to be a a more matured marketing executive. So they can try
Okay.
their hand in content writing, which is going really big, not just an IT firm, but then throughout in marketing, content is tomorrow. So content should be
Right.
your forte. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much, Prachi, for sharing your insights. If I were to ask you, any budding fresher or even people with 2, 3 years of experience, what is it that one thing that they need to keep in mind for getting growth and success in marketing as a whole? It could be any of the verticals inside marketing. What would be that one insight, one, success secret that you would give them?
I would say to everybody, don't fear, just keep your fears away and be creative. Be creative in your approach. You are a marketing person.
Okay. Thank you so much, Prachi. It was really nice talking to you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Neha. Thank you having me here.
So that was Miss Prachi Batra sharing with us insights on her career journey. And as you heard her say, she started her journey in finance, but always felt there was something missing which wasn't giving her the job satisfaction that she was looking for. So it is very important to find your niche, find the thing that actually you enjoy doing. Otherwise, surviving in the corporate world will get very difficult because that will slowly start affecting your performance as well. And as she mentioned, digital marketing is one of the most upcoming and important roles in any marketing team, be it B2B or B2C. So if you have a niche or a liking for writing, you can become the part of the marketing team as a content writer, because understand something, content writers don't only just write content, they have to know the thought process of the company, the thought process of the customer, because they need to write articles or messages or communication based on what the customer will actually read and find interesting. So they need to have insights of both inside the company as well as outside the company. If you're somebody who has a flair for writing and is interested in marketing as a career, you have a whole lot of opportunities waiting for you. I hope you learned something out of this video and there was insights that you could take with you. If you have any questions that you want to ask, you can write down in the comments below, and do like, share and subscribe to the channel. Thank you.